Good morning, friends. It's Sunday morning here. We're home from church because we're kind of sick and it's a slow morning. I'm letting everyone sleep in, and while the coffee brews, I threw in Big Dutch babies because milk, eggs, flour, butter, we've always got those things into the oven so that I can sit down, drink my coffee, and read for a minute until the puppy needs to be let back in and loved on. This morning, everybody else slept in so long, and she just needed some attention before she could calm down. Okay, cow, you got shoved right over. Letting everyone sleep meant I came to milk on my own. It's slowly getting lighter earlier, but we're still sitting at only about 8 hours of daylight, which when you milk every 10 to 12 hours, you don't end up milking in the light very often. Hey, goaty goats. Making cheese while Marius talks to me about his mead he's working on. There's a lot of stirring involved in cheese. I've got some leftover ham, and we have a delicious soup gonna go on for lunch. I've got broth in the Instant Pot. Amos! Amos!
Sneaker Fritz, are you ready for it now, my baby?
You just poured that water on the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, you...
Like anyone else in here today. Why do you think I wear sandals?
Making Gouda involves straining off some of the whey and replacing it with hot water, so that's what I'm doing here. My kefir is getting woken back up so I can use it for cheese making. I only do it when I have lots of milk. And then, of course, sourdough needs some love. It'd been neglected for a few days. I really neglect it quite often though. It's a very versatile, resilient thing. It's more resilient than people give it credit for. I also don't measure or weigh anything. I just do it till it looks right. And there we go, it looks right, like a thick muffin batter. It's time for the cheese to go into the press, so I drain off as much whey as I can, line the press with the cheesecloth, and then I move all the curds into the cheese press, dump out the last bit, and then add on the top, which is the part that presses it. I got French bread from the freezer. I'm gonna let the Instant Pot vent so I can strain the broth. Chopping up this delicious ham. It's actually a smoked pork cottage ham, I guess you'd call it. It's a shoulder roast that we cured and smoked. I really like to do them too. Straining the broth, it's a ham broth. And then I add in split peas and spices, dried onions. Now the cheese is ready to be flipped. Honestly, it should have been flipped about an hour or so ago, but I maybe forgot about it.
You didn't realize it first. Oh, I realized it.
Hey friends! We having a good day here. No, that's not the butter churn jar. It's about 3 o'clock. We're gonna do some chores and then do game night. Oh, it's focusing on the kids instead of me.
You have a game night?
Yeah, probably. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Oh, I didn't have very good sleep last night. Didn't have enough hours of sleep last night, and we have a little bit of a cold. So I just laid down and read my book for a bit while Amos and Rowan napped. So that was really lovely. And then just working on the cheese. And then right there behind me, I got some butter to deal with. And then I was also dealing with and washing. I got some new Tupperware containers for pantry stuff that doesn't fit in jars well. And yeah, Marius just went to pick up feed. We're kind of just having an easygoing Sunday before we launch into Monday again. We wouldn't normally pick up feed on a Sunday either, but it was ready for pickup today. They were waiting for a component to mix in, and tomorrow we're busy butchering, so yeah, today it needed to be. Technically we can't unload it from the truck because the tractor has the pig attached to it, so it's just going to sit in the back of the truck until the pig is no longer attached. Keeping Freya company while she unloads the dishwasher. She's definitely still at the age where she needs someone there with her. And over to the left of the stove you can actually see some butter draining. I made butter as well as cheese. I've been trying to hang up laundry inside to help with the humidity because with the wood heat and dry cold, it's so dry in here. Something we did today, oh, that light is harsh. So, it's so light out here, so white out here. So one thing we did today was make a plan for butchering tomorrow. Yesterday, Marius and one of his brothers slaughtered our boar, and he's 18 months old. He is huge. He's huge. Huge. We didn't know until we tasted him. I'm trying to find good light, and there's like not good light anywhere. So we didn't know until eating him if he would be delicious or dog food. There was some different factors that we knew of, such as he's a heritage breed. He was raised and lived outdoors. There was no sows in heat and estrus around him. We could tell this because their testicles will be all like wrinkly, saggy, whereas if the sow's in heat or coming into heat, they're like blown up like a balloon. So we confirmed the morning of that they're all wrinkly and such. What are other things? Oh, when you slaughter them, you immediately, after bleeding them, you take off their balls to make sure that it can't like let go and taint the meat more. So they got him hanging, and let's see if I can unwrap this a bit. And then last night we tried a oh, it's just water. I thought something else dripped on me. We tried a slice and he is delicious. So, it's hard to show. So, I was worried that he was gonna be like absurdly fat because he was huge, but he's not. He has fat, but he's actually just really well muscled. So the game plan is that the hams up here will become hams. We'll cure and smoke them. We don't really love chops, and bone-in chops are annoying when you only have a handsaw. So we make back bacon, which is Canadian bacon, which is a cured and smoked loin, and a slice and fry. So delicious. We'll make bacon, we'll do roasts, we're gonna do like a loose sausage meat. I don't feel like I have the time tomorrow to do sausage links, so we're just gonna do sausage meat for deliciousness. On pig butcher days, since the meat grinders are already out, I also just grind and render the fat right away, because while it's an extra job on that busy day, it's just the kitchen's already messy, you're already greasy, the meat grinder's already out. Just push that extra little bit and just get the lard rendering done. Otherwise, you have bags of fat in your freezer that you're avoiding dealing with, and then next time you need freezer space, you're suddenly trying to deal with all this lard. So just do it on the day you butcher. We also make broth. So I'll make a huge pot of broth with all the bone scraps and different things. And we just like get a pot going and just add bones as we go. And by the end of the day, I take the pot, strain it, put it on the deck to cool. I do need to take the fat off of pork broth. The jars, I don't have a good seal rate if I don't take the fat off. I don't take the fat off of chicken broth or beef broth, but pork broth, I can't get a great seal rate if I leave the fat. So we take the fat off, and then the next day I'll heat it up and can it. It may not be the next day because the next day is a really busy day for me, but it's a fridge / freezer outside, so I can just leave it outside. That's one of the reasons why I was wanting to get all the meat dealt with today. Not meat, milk and butter and such dealt with. Oh, you guys didn't see me dealing with butter, but I did 2.5 pounds of butter. And yeah, so the fridge is empty of milk because I won't be able to deal with milk tonight because that milk late, and then in the morning we're gonna get right on butchering, and then in the night I'm not gonna be dealing with milk before bed, so I kind of will have a few milkings before I can deal with milk again, and it always adds up. This is the feed we buy. These are called mini bags or totes of feed. It has been steadily going up in price, so now this is $620 in feed. It's 2,200 pounds. So what it is it's a barley based, and it's a local-ish grown barley. It's grown a few hours away from us. We don't live in a grain growing region. There's very little grain grown here. And it's mixed with a protein premix, which is not my very favorite thing, but availability and price-wise, this is our best bet. This is what our milk cows eat along with alfalfa pellets. This is what we feed the pigs. And then the chickens have free choice layer pellets. But then when we have excess milk, we mix milk with this feed into a slop and feed it to the chickens in a pan. And we still leave free choice layer pellets out. But this way, it just adds, like, because this feed, it doesn't have enough calcium or protein to keep chickens laying eggs. So by adding the milk, which has calcium, protein, we up that nutritional content, and then It's a great supplement. It's half the price of layer pellets. Milk is an excess waste product like skim milk and whey, and it's just a win-win. Money saving, healthy chickens. This light out here with this snow makes me look very harshly pale. I swear I'm not this pale.
Strike one!
What are you doing?
Baseball? Hey, Mom.
This feels like not an indoor activity. What the heck?
Yes! Stopping it!
Mommy, come
Dance! Dance!
You're pretty cute, baby. Oh, you gotta lift it higher, bud. There you go.
Ready? Out of my way!
Sunday night is game night and we're doing puzzles today. We have a puzzle of a fox and we didn't get as far as we hoped. On game nights, we also have a special snack. These are things that we gave our kids for Christmas. They're mystery packages, so they have no idea what's in them. And they're always some junk food we wouldn't normally buy. We have to admit though, Marius picked out these Pringles and 2 out of 3 of them were not a very good flavor. Only he liked them.